Before we dive into Bears Overreaction Monday, I want you to answer this question. Who starts in Elway against the Chargers next week? And answer this question if Justin Fields is healthy enough to play. Type JF for Justin Fields, or you can type TB for Tyson Bagent. I want to hear straight from Bears fans. Fields, Bagent, who starts? Let's dive into it here on today's show. I'm Harrison Graham. Yes, I'm battling through a voice issue today. Let's dive into Bears Overreaction Monday. Do we have a Bears quarterback controversy? No, we don't. That's fake news, at least right now. And look, that could change very, very quickly. But after one Tyson Bagent start, I'm not going to sit here and say he's clearly the guy and there's no scenario where you'd go back to Justin Fields. He had a nice game, very efficient, 21 of 29, 162 yards, touchdown, no picks. Good QB rating, rush for 24 yards. I thought he executed the game plan very, very well. Now, Matt Eberflus said after the game, because of course he was asked about it, he said Justin Fields is our starting quarterback, and I would echo that sentiment, at least for now. Now, look, long term, that's very much in doubt at this point. But like, if you're asking me what benefits the Bears more in this season on who's playing quarterback, it's Justin Fields. Like, if nothing else, you want him to play and play well and for him to have good trade value. More than that, you're hoping he can prove to you he can be the guy. I like what I saw from Tyson Bagent. Here's what I will say, and this is not to knock down Bagent because I really like the kid. I think you found something here. Tyson Bagent operated and played like a high-level backup quarterback. Quick decisions, efficient, put the ball in playmakers' hands. He wasn't asked to do too much, and he did that very well. Got rid of the ball quickly, never put the ball in harm's way. And look, ask yourself this question. What is a backup quarterback's job? Really any quarterback's job before anything else? Take care of the football. He did that very well. Justin Fields has not always done that very well. Again, Tyson Bagent, for everything that was at stake. First career start. You're a 1-5 football team. A lot of drama in the building. He executed very, very well, and I give him a lot of credit, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here. So kudos to Bagent. I don't think there's a QB controversy yet. Do I think that could change a week from now? Potentially. Yeah, I think that's possible. But after one start, I'm not ready to say that. Now let's keep going with the quarterback discussion here on Overreaction Monday for the Chicago Bears. Should Tyson Bagent start against the Chargers? I'm going to go 3 smoking Jays. I think there's a lot of reason to believe that Tyson Bagent should start against the LA Chargers, and I will explain why in just a moment. Today's show is sponsored by a brand new sponsor here. Kudo Popcorn. Are you on the hunt for a new guilt-free snack? Meet Kudo, the official protein popcorn of the UFC. Kudo Popcorn's revolutionary cooking method allows each bag of popcorn to have 10 grams of whey protein inside every bag while still tasting absolutely delicious. Yes, you heard that right. 10 whole grams of protein in every bag. Get in on the snacking revolution that MMA athletes such as Michael Chandler, Robbie Lawler, Bruce Buffer, and even Dana White himself endorse. For a limited time, you can get 25% off your entire order with code CHAT at kudosnacks.com. That's code CHAT at kudosnacks.com. Tons of different flavors that they offer here. I'm a big fan of the white cheddar personally, but they also have garlic parmesan, salty sweet kettle as well. You get the 10 grams of protein that I mentioned, gluten-free goodness as well. Keto-friendly fuel. It's made in the United States, so you can trust the ingredients. Healthy, delicious. There's no better combo than that when it comes to any snack. And I personally am a huge fan of popcorn, so now I can eat a healthy and protein-filled one. I absolutely love it. Kudosnacks.com. Promo code CHAT. Going to get you 25% off at checkout. Tasty, healthy. It's Kudo. Get 25% off with code CHAT at kudosnacks.com. That's KUDO snacks.com. Use code CHAT. Support the official protein popcorn of the UFC and get popped today with Kudo. Keep it rolling here. So back to Bagent versus Fields. I would start Tyson Bagent. Me. Now, I don't know if the Bears are going to do that. I didn't go 4 smoking Jays because there are scenarios where starting Fields would make sense. Like he gets 100% clean bill of health and there's no limitations with the hand whatsoever. Yeah, that might change my mind. But I just don't think that's very likely. Like, I think he could be cleared by doctors. I think he could be cleared and be healthy enough to play. But, like, there's got to be thresholds. Like last week, the discussion was, well, he's got to be able to grip and throw a football. Well, but like if he can grip a football and throw one this week, that doesn't mean he's 100%. Can he take a hit on the hand? Can he throw the ball 50 yards downfield? Can he grip and rip over the middle with that arm strength? If there's any doubt to any of that, I do think Tyson Bagent played at least well enough to say, hey, let's sit Fields another week and not rush him back. Like the latest on Fields with the injury, for those who don't know, Matt Eberflus said last night, he's meeting with doctors again today for further testing and evaluations, but I just don't see a scenario where he's fully healthy. Again, I think Fields will probably push the play. He's a competitor. He knows his time in Chicago like isn't necessarily like long term, so he's got to prove that he can be that guy, or at least show the rest of the league that he can be that guy somewhere else. Like these thoughts are going through the back of his hand. He wants to be out there. Like he's going to push the play. I would not be surprised at all if he tried to get on the practice field this week. And look, he's done some good things this year, but unless he's 100%, I just don't think it makes sense because guess what? If he rushes back and he's banged up and he doesn't play well, that's not good for anybody. That's not good for the Bears. That's not good for Justin Fields. And it's not good for his trade value even if the Bears want to go that route. Like, let Fields' hand heal for another week, start Bagent against the Chargers. If he plays well and wins again, then things get interesting. Then maybe there is a bit of a controversy. I don't think there is right now. I think it's hey, Bagent, you did a nice job. You did what a good backup does, which is good for the Bears. If you found a long-term backup at minimum, that's very ideal. Let Fields rest up for another week. I would not start him against the Chargers because I don't think there's a situation where he's 100% healthy 2 weeks into a dislocated thumb. That just seems very unlikely. Who starts against the Chargers? Answer it again. Who do you guys think starts? Or who would you start? Type JF for Justin Fields, TB for Tyson Bagent. I think it will be Bagent for another week. I could see Fields getting cleared, but unless he's full throttle, I think they're going to go with Bagent. But let me know what you guys think, JF for Fields or TB for Bagent. Be sure to subscribe and join us. We'll be going live at 4 o'clock Central Time this afternoon, 4 o'clock every Monday and Thursday. Of course, we go live every game day as well. So subscribe, turn on the notifications. We'll continue the Fields-Bagent conversation and talk about other things surrounding this football team as well. So hit that sub button, turn on the notifications so you don't miss out when we go live. All right, let's get to another hot topic. Jaylon Johnson. Should the Bears pay Jaylon Johnson? For Smoking Jays, bear down. They should absolutely keep this guy around. There's going to be a lot of talk over the next 8 days leading up to the NFL trade deadline, but Jaylon Johnson is a good football player. He had a big game this week, 2 interceptions, including a pick six. I get the competition. Brian Hoyer stinks, all that stuff. But on the pick six, I mean, he just completely beats Adams to the ball and goes the other way. Devontae Adams, the guy who he's battled with over the years, obviously dating back to Adams' time in Green Bay. I just think this is a guy you should keep. He's 24 years old and a good player. Here's what Jaylon Johnson said after the game, because Rolly and I weren't 100% sure. Was he sending a message to the Bears? Was he not? Well, he absolutely was. He said, damn right, 100%. I've been wanting to get to the table. I know who I am. I can play this game at a high level, and I feel like I deserve to get paid like that. To me, you cannot trade Jaylon Johnson. You just can't do it. He's your second best football player. You're a rebuilding team. He's 24 years old. You cannot trade a player like that. Like, it just does not make sense to do it. Now, look, if he's asking to be the highest paid corner in the NFL, as you look at the highest paid corners in the NFL, okay, maybe that's different, but I just don't see that being very likely. I think looking at this, he would ask for probably that JC to Xavier Howard range, 16 to 18 million per year. Maybe he would take a little bit less because the Bears would push back and say, well, Jaylon, you've missed some times with injuries. You haven't been a high interception guy. You had 2 yesterday. That's 3 for your career. Now, he's very sticky, doesn't give up a lot of big plays. So, like, if I'm the Bears, if I can get him for, like, 3 years and 45 to 50 million, like in that 15 to 16 range, like, I'm doing that, man. You got 100 million in cap space next year. Like, who are you finding on the open market worth at that position paying that money to? Like, it just does not make sense to me to not keep and pay Jaylon Johnson. Now, again, I guarantee you Johnson's trade value just went up yesterday. Teams, as we get closer to this deadline, are going to be interested. There's been a lot of buzz out there. The Niners are a team that's interested. Philadelphia is looking to beef up their secondary. I still wonder if Dallas could be a team that makes a move after losing Trayvon Diggs. Like, there are teams out there. Now, The one caveat is, look, if you get offered a first-round pick, you at least have to think about it, but I still wouldn't do it. Like, let's say you get the 25th pick trade to you. If you took someone in the draft, 25th overall, and he turned into Jaylon Johnson, you'd be pretty happy with that. So why not just keep Jaylon Johnson, who's 24 years old, and pay that player? That's my logic. So we'll see what happens. I'm pretty firm here. I'm not trading Jaylon. There's always exceptions to the rule, but that's a guy I'm keeping around because after DJ Moore, he's your next best player on this football team. Like I don't think there's a player that is better than him outside of DJ Moore. What would you do with Jaylon Johnson? Type P for pay him or T for trade him. Let me know down in the comments right now. All right, a little rapid fire, some more overreactions here on Overreaction Monday. Flushkin coach defense. Listen, we got to give the guy credit. Now, is he head coach material? I do not think so. I just don't. But this defense has gotten notably better since he's taken over for Alan Williams. Took a couple weeks, but he started to blitz more. He's recognizing the deficiencies in that pass rush. Getting healthy in the back end has certainly helped with Jaylon coming back and Kyler Gordon coming back and so forth. Still doesn't have Eddie Jackson back. This defense the last 3 weeks has legitimately been good. They're now 5th in run defense. Like, this defense has played a lot better. Deontay Foreman deserves a role. Now, Khalil Herbert's out for at least 2 more weeks on IR, so he's going to have a role. But let's say Roschon Johnson clears concussion protocol this week. I'm starting Foreman as my runner, and Roschon's my third down back. That's how I'm handling those snaps, at least early on. Tyreek Stevenson, he's growing up. He's played a lot better the last month or so than he did the first 3 or 4 weeks. I thought he handled a lot of reps with Devontae Adams pretty well. Certainly got beat a few times, but he's getting better and better. That looks like a good draft pick. Tremaine Edmonds had his best game yet. I thought he was all over the place, tackled well, had another interception. He's slowly getting better. I still think TJ Edwards has had a better year, and when you compare contracts, has certainly been the more valuable player. But Edmonds is starting to find his groove as well. And Cairo Santos, this is the top 5 kicker in the league, man. He had an extra point blocked, only miss of the season. Made another 50-plus yarder yesterday, 54, I believe. That was a big kick to make it a 3-score game. He's been terrific, very reliable. Inside 55, he's been automatic this year, and you love to see that. All right, guys, that's going to do it for our Monday morning overreaction show. Again, we'll be back live this afternoon, 4 o'clock Central. Join myself and Rolly. We'll have you covered with the latest Bears news and rumors, everything else surrounding this football team. My name is Harrison Graham. We'll see you this afternoon.